Texas's new law that bans abortions after 6 weeks following conception and allows people to sue abortion providers could have ramifications all across the country. A leader at Planned Parenthood, which provides abortions as part of its services in Iowa, is concerned that what's happening in Texas is part of a trend that's already impacting this state.
In Iowa, before this, we were in a moment where abortion rights were already under attack in a very extreme way. I mean, what we see is that over and over again, we're losing the protections from the court. Before the Texas decision, we heard the United States Supreme Court is going to hear Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health, which is a case which is a direct challenge to Roe versus Wade. This is a 15-week abortion ban. And so with the current Supreme Court makeup, it's very likely that the Roe versus Wade decision could be overturned or chipped away to a point where it's no longer valid. What we do know is what will come out of this is that these decisions about abortion rights will be turned back to the states. And so it's very clear what Iowa lawmakers want to do. It's very clear that Iowa lawmakers have a plan to ban abortion.
So as you look, let's focus on this state here. As Republicans in particular have worked to move the calendar here, so 20 weeks, and then as they keep pushing that other direction there, voters have been electing them and re-electing them, right? That's true. So as you watch that, isn't that affirmation of their policies?
I think what we're seeing is a political, a moment in Iowa's political history where things are drastically changing and shifting. I don't know that Iowa voters are thinking about abortion when they're going directly to the ballot. It's certainly not always the issue at the top of their mind. And so what Planned Parenthood has been doing is making sure to educate Iowans about the current state of affairs. And we are seeing a lot of uproar over this Texas decision. And it's very clear to the Iowans that I talk to that what is happening in Texas could soon happen in Iowa.
Talk about your organization over the last maybe decade or so. We're seeing merging of regions. You're shutting down some of your facilities. What's behind all that? What's causing that? Why is it different?
Well, first and foremost, Planned Parenthood is a healthcare provider. And so, the merging, the movement into regional affiliates isn't exclusive to Planned Parenthood, right? We've seen that with our own local healthcare systems. And so that's just the reality of providing healthcare. In terms of attacks on reproductive healthcare, in the last 10 years, we have seen countless attempts to either ban abortion in the state. And when that's not successful, they come after birth control. And so we have seen the decimation of family planning, which is essentially birth control access. We've seen rising STI and STD rates as Planned Parenthood health centers are forced to close across the state.
So as you all sit there and look at what is happening both in our state and beyond, particularly in Texas, but many other states are working to make changes as well. So what is your plan moving forward? How do you think that you're going to protect the law as it is and the rights as they are in our state right now?
Planned Parenthood has been around for 100 years over 100 years of various laws, both at the state and federal level. In some iteration, it has always existed, and it has always provided health care to folks that need it. And so whatever the law is, whatever happens with abortion rights, or whatever continues to happen with family planning, Planned Parenthood plans to be around. And whatever the scenario is, we've had to be flexible. We've had to grow through change, and that's what we'll continue to do, is instead of shrinking, instead of continuing, we'll continue to fight the attacks, but we do plan to grow out of this current moment. It is a new era in abortion rights and in reproductive health care, there's no doubt, but we won't back down.
But what does that new era mean then for the future?
This new era means for the future essentially is that, abortion rights advocates have been warning folks about this moment in time. Right. This new era means that we are now in the moment when Roe versus Wade could be overturned. We're now in a moment in Iowa where we may no longer be protected by the Iowa Supreme Court due to this constitutional amendment that could be on the ballot in 2024, or due to another Iowa Supreme Court decision. They may decide to overturn the decision that gave Iowans a fundamental right to safe and legal abortion.
Talk about that constitutional amendment that goes before voters in 24 here. What will the organization's role in that be?
Yeah, well, Planned Parenthood is already collaborating with partners across the state, and we have been building, this is not new news to us. We have been expecting this constitutional amendment for the last couple of years, and so we have been growing our grassroots network. We've been training our supporters on what this means, and we have been talking to Iowans about the process. And I'm happy to talk more about the actual constitutional amendment process if that's helpful. But we're ready for the fight. We're prepared, and we will mobilize our supporters when the time is right.
Up next, Adam Sullivan returns for the Insider's Quick Six, including which politician intrigues him the most these days.